Pruning trees is a common landscape task. The main reason we prune trees is to create and maintain strong structure, control size and shape, and produce a healthy tree. Pruning should begin early in the tree's life and at regular intervals. Removing a branch from a tree begins with locating the right place to make the cut. The branch bark ridge is composed of rough, typically darkened raised bark which is formed in the angle where a branch and trunk join and extends down both sides of the trunk. The branch collar is the portion of the ridge pushed up underneath the branch. The branch bark ridge and collar is very visible on many oaks, maples, and other common landscape trees. Cuts should be made to the outside of the branch bark ridge and just beyond the swollen collar. The angle of this cut will depend on each branch. Leaving several inches of branch beyond the bark ridge is a serious mistake. Callus tissue will not form from this stub wound. The stub will die back to the bark ridge, and often infection spreads deeper into the tree because the wound wood did not form. Never make pruning cuts flush with the trunk because this cuts into the collar and makes a larger wound. Flush cuts are damaging because they open the trunk to decay, cause cracks, and increase the likelihood of canker disease infection. Branches too heavy to be held with your hand will often split from the trunk when the saw is partway through the branch and may strip bark from the collar and trunk. Avoid this problem by using a drop cut technique. Make your first cut on the underside of the branch a few inches from the trunk, about halfway through the branch. Make a second cut 1 to 2 inches beyond the first cut and through the branch, removing the limb. The final cut is made outside the branch bark ridge and branch collar. When branches are pruned properly, wound wood will form in a nearly circular fashion. There is no evidence that wound dressings help the tree close over a wound. Some dressings may actually slow down the growth of callus tissue and increase the rate of decay. As a general rule, most pruning cuts do not need wound dressings. Reducing the need for pruning in the landscape begins with choosing the correct tree for a specific site. Your county extension office has information on tree selection, planting, as well as pruning.